Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
Grandpa! No! Be careful! Grandpa, stop! Grandpa in my pocket! This is me, Jason Mason. And this is my grandpa, with his dog, Beowulf. We live here in Sunnysands. Here's my dad's bike shop, and this is our house. Oh, and here's my mum, doing one of her hobbies. Mum's always taking up new hobbies. 1 week it's karate, then it's salsa dancing, opera singing, and now her new hobby is growing vegetables. And more to the point, she's growing oddly shaped vegetables for the Sunnysands Odd Vegetable Festival.
There's no room to play Captain Dumbletwit Snap in here, Jason. The vegetables are taking over.
Look at this one. Don't you just love him? I'm going to call him Christopher.
Christopher?
We couldn't believe that Mum was now giving her vegetables names.
Isn't he beautiful?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call him beautiful, but he's certainly odd.
The odder, the better. There. I'm off to my gardening club. Look after all my babies for me, won't you? I won't be long.
So off went Mum, and Grandpa and I were left in charge of a carrot called Christopher and other odd vegetables.
Well, Jason, if we're going to play Snap, we better go outside. There might be more room there.
But there wasn't more room in the garden. The vegetables had taken over here as well. Oh yes, Mum had grown every sort of vegetable you could possibly imagine.
Right. I'll deal.
We just started on our game when we heard
Cooey! It's only me!
Great Aunt Loretta, Grandpa's sister.
Ooh, I say, the vegetables are taking over. I've come to cook you some yummy supper.
What?
I'm going to invent a new recipe.
But Mum didn't say you were coming.
Well, Mum must have forgotten, mustn't she? I'm going to invent an odd vegetable stew with, wait for it, pickled onions, curry and custard.
But you can't use any of Mum's odd vegetables.
We're looking after them for her.
Don't be so silly. She can't need them all. Ooh. And this will do for starters. Ooh. Right.
She has to be stopped, Jason.
I know.
And there's only one way to do it.
Not the shooting cat, Grandpa! You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of things. He can chuff about in our Sunnysands train. He can drive off in my car. He can get into all sorts of very small places. And often he runs so fast, you've no idea where he's gone. And I had no idea today. But there was no time to look for him. I needed to check what Great Aunt Loretta was up to. And she was up to no good.
Oh, I say.
No!
What?
Not Christopher, Great Aunt Loretta. He's Mum's favourite.
Well, I'm not surprised. Look at his little legs. Woohoo! Mr. Mentor will love him.
Mr. Mentor?
Yes, Mr. Mentor, the inventor.
Now, Mr. Mentor the inventor lives in the lighthouse in Sunnysands. He's always coming up with really crazy inventions. Like this, the grassy buggle jumper. Only the bugs liked it even more than he did. Then there's this, the automatic Hairostatic, that gives you a new hairstyle every day. And this, the Huffer Puffer Pillow Fluffer. Everyone loves going to visit him in the lighthouse and trying things out. And he likes trying out other people's inventions too, which was why
I've invited Mr Mentor for supper, and I'm going to invent a new recipe.
Oh, no, she's not.
Grandpa!
We've got to make sure that the vegetables really do take over, Jason.
No! But Grandpa jumped down and ran into the kitchen. Grandpa! Grandpa! Where are you going?
I'm going to start with the pumpkin. Where's my knife?
Grandpa shot up the leg of the table and hid behind the pumpkin.
Grandpa gone for a little lie down, has he? So lazy.
Grandpa was determined to get the pumpkin out of the way. But he wasn't planning this.
Me toe. Me
Great Aunt Loretta is always hurting her toe.
Oh.
We have a pack of peas in the freezer, especially for these moments. Maybe the pumpkin doesn't want you to cook it.
Don't be so silly. How does a pumpkin know whether it wants to be cooked or not? I'm going to pick some beans, I am.
Grandpa jumped off the table and followed her outside. The doorbell went. I ran to answer it. It was Mr. Mentor, the inventor.
Jason, howdy-doody-do. Am I too early? I've been trying out this fabridiculous new watch I've invented. See?
Mr. Mentor doesn't only invent things, he invents words too. Oh, it is fabridiculous.
I know. Shame it doesn't work. Oh, my goodness. The vegetables are taking over.
My goodness! I've never seen such odd, wiggly-looking beans before, have you, Mr. Mentor?
Never. They are spectacularly wiggly.
I had no idea where Grandpa was or what he was planning.
They'll be perfect in an odd vegetable stew with pickled onions, curry and custard, won't they?
At that moment, I spotted Grandpa. He was making his way towards the beans. And just as Great Aunt Loretta leant forward to pick one, this happened. Grandpa was wiggling the beanstalk.
Good heavens, what's going on? The beanstalk's wiggling.
Wiggly beans on a wiggly beanstalk. How whizzer-woodlesome.
Maybe the beans still want to be picked, Great Aunt Loretta.
Don't be so silly.
I think it's an excellent invention. A beanstalk that won't let you pick the beans until they're ready. Not just super, but super-duper.
Ridiculous.
I needed to give Grandpa time to get out of the wiggly beanstalk. So I showed Mr. Mentor some of Mum's other vegetables. And there's some of our chilies over there. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Grandpa jump, run, and make his way back into the kitchen. I needed to get back in there too, and fast.
Oh, this is such fun. What's next? I can hardly wait.
Right. I'm going to start on me carrot. Where is it?
For a second, I thought Christopher had gone missing. But suddenly,
It's alive.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I'd have to make sure that Grandpa wasn't seen.
Brilioso! It's a fantastical invention.
It's a horrid invention. It's a horrid cavorting carrot.
Maybe it just doesn't want to be cooked, Great Aunt Loretta.
Don't be so silly.
Whoever invented it, Jason?
Grandpa. Kind of.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
I knew what was going to happen. Careful, Great Aunt Loretta!
Help! Help! Save me, Mr. Mentor! Wheel me away from the carrot! Quick! Oh, wheel me away from the carrot! Oh.
I really thought thought it was time for Grandpa to stop. Grandpa, stop! But he was having such a great time. I could see another disaster coming. He was heading for the pond. Watch out, Mr. Mentor!
On my way!
I quickly picked up Grandpa.
Whoops. Did I get a bit carried away?
I put him in my pocket. Then I grabbed Christopher. At that moment, Mum arrived home.
I'm home. Oh, Jason, you've been looking after Christopher. How kind.
No, put me up.
Oh, dear. Problem?
Problem.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh.
Oh, am I glad to see you. Oh, the vegetables were taking over. The wiggly beans wouldn't stop wiggling.
I whipped Grandpa out of my pocket and put him down on the floor. He took off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
Oh, that was a close one, Jason. Still, at least we stopped Loretta from cooking Mum's odd vegetables. Do you know what I call that?
Teamwork?
Teamwork.
In the end, Mum cooked a really yummy supper.
What a day for inventions, eh? That wiggly bean bush. Oh, you should have seen it.
Really?
Spectacular. And the clockwork carrot.
Oh, clockwork carrot, eh?
Truly fabridiculous. You are a great inventor, Grandpa.
Inventor? Grandpa? He doesn't do anything except lie down.
Oh, don't I?
In Hairyland, and we're the Hairy Fairies, telling all the stories
and the singing in a band.
We had a little accident with our magic and turned the world hairy.
Oh, how tragic!
We've run out of spells in our hairy fairy tree,
But they don't care.
they love to be hairy. The Ha Ha Hairies, finding all the laughter in Hairyland. Ma, Pa,
And Minnie.
and don't forget there's Nana.
And Chihuahua, the hairy pet.
But up on the hill in Chateau Shampoo, there's Boris Boo-Hoo.
And Boise, too.
Boris is trouble, you wait and see. But they don't care, they love to be hairy. The Ha Ha Hairies.
Oh, thirsty, thirsty, thirsty.
I know what you need, Wiggy. A hairy berry.
Wow, that's a whopper.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, she means hello. Hey, Wiggy, do you remember those huge hairy vegetables in Hairyland?
Yes. Enormous.
She said they were enormous, and she'd be right.
I'll tell you all about it. Okay, so... This story begins at Chateau Shampoo with someone you know. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo-Hoo, what's he gonna do? Boris had grown a big hairy beanstalk.
It was covered in huge hairy beans. And he thought it was amazing. Boise thought it was amazing too.
And then Boris showed Boise why it was so amazing and fun.
He watered it with special Boo-Hoo Make Your Hair Grow shampoo. And...
It grew before their eyes. It grew.
Boris Boo-Hoo had never been so happy in his life. 'Cause this was the day Boris grew a mean hairy bean.
Boris wanted to show off his big bean.
And who does he love showing off to most? The Ha Ha Hairies.
So he told Boise to go and fetch them right away.
Boise loved the idea because it would mean that he'd get to see Mini Ha Ha. So he skippity-skipped off.
Oh, Boris couldn't wait to show off to the Ha Ha Hairies.
The thing was, the Ha Ha Hairies had grown some fun vegetables of their own.
We were watching from the window box, and just then, this happened.
Mini Ha Ha came bouncing in on a huge hairy pumpadong. Pumpadong, 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 pumpadong.
And at that moment, Boise arrived and saw Minnie.
And you know what happens when Boise sees Minnie?
Boris was impatient. Come on, Boise! Ask them to come and see my bean!
But Boise had forgotten about the bean. He was too busy pumpadonging on the pumpadong. Pumpadong, 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 pumpadong. I'd like to bounce on a pumpadong quiz.
Me too.
Pumpadong, pumpadong, pump. Oops!
Boris could see that Boise had forgotten about his bean.
Then Boris saw all Pa's hairy veggies.
And he felt very cross and very jealous.
Boris was sure his bean was much better than any of Pa's veggies.
It was a bean that could win prizes.
So how could Boris show off his mean hairy bean to the Ha Ha Hairies?
What he needed was a plan. Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs to plan a big surprise.
He needs to plan his next disguise.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
Ba-da-ba-da!
Mr Muckbucket, the judge of all hairy vegetables.
He was going to pretend to judge the veg in Hairyland. That way, he could make his bean win.
So, a little bit later in the Ha Ha Hairies garden, they were all so excited when Mr Muckbucket came to judge their veg.
But Chihuahua knew it was Boris.
Oh! And here comes Nana Ha Ha.
Nana arrived with a huge hairy purple plopper plant.
Everyone loved it.
Pa decided to sit on the plopper plant.
Then Ma asked Mr Muckbucket to sit on the plopper plant.
And then Ma sat on the plopper plant.
And then this happened.
Then Minnie and Boise went flippity-flop on the plopper plant until Boris said, "Stop! This is serious!" He was here to judge.
And so he started his judging. Pa showed him his hairy cabbage. Too hairy.
Then he showed him his hairy tomato. Too squishy.
Then he showed him his hairy marrow. Too green. He doesn't like any of their fun veg.
Course not, because he's going to make his bean win the prize.
Oh, that is so not fair.
Boris said they should come with him to Chateau Shampoo if they wanted to see a really amazing vegetable.
He said Boris Boohoo had a hairy vegetable to beat all hairy vegetables.
So off they went, following Mr Muckbucket. All except for one of them.
Who knew that Mr Muckbucket was Boris?
We wanted to see Boris's amazing vegetable too, so we decided to go on our Papa Picky.
Papa Picky, Papa Picky, Papa Picky, 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 follow me round Hairyland.
Round Hairyland.
I am Quick,
And I am Wiggy
with a hairy fairy band. Woo!
to Chateau Shampoo, they couldn't see Boris anywhere.
But Mr Muckbucket said that Boris was too shy to come out. He wouldn't want to show off.
They all thought that was really sweet.
We landed in the hairy cactus tree.
Mr Muckbucket led everyone to Boris's mean hairy bean.
Irish!
Whoa! That is one mean bean, Wiggy.
Yeah, but I like Nana's plopper plant better. You can't go flippity-flop on a bean.
And then Mr Muckbucket showed them all what happened when you watered Boris's bean with Boo-Hoo Make Your Hair Grow shampoo. That is one mean bean climbing up to the window ledge. That is one mean bean and one fun veg.
What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful bean. The most beautiful bean I've ever seen. What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful bean. What a beautiful bean and a fun veg. What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful
one mean bean
the most
climbing up to the window ledge.
What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful bean. What a beautiful bean and a fun veg.
What a beautiful bean,
What a beautiful bean, what a beautiful bean and one fun veg. Mr Muckbucket decided that Boris Boo-Hoo should win the prize.
But because Boris was so shy, he'd give the trophy to Boise instead.
Oh, this is even more not fair. Boo, bad Boris. He's a big cheat.
Calm down, Wiggy. It'll be okay.
Then the Ha Ha Hairies asked Boise to come back with them to flippity-flop on their hairy plopper plant.
And to pumpadong on their hairy pumpadong.
So off they went. Boris was so happy. He'd won the trophy.
But then this happened.
The bean grew and grew and it started to chase Boris.
Then it wrapped itself round his feet. Round and round and round it went.
Boris had grown a really mean bean.
Back in the Ha Ha Hairies garden, they didn't mind that they hadn't won a prize.
Nope, because they were all having fun with hairy veg. Well, I had a lot of fun with that hairy berry. Yeah.
Me too. But Boris didn't get any fun at all out of that, did he?
He never does.
Show-offs never get to have fun.
But fairies do.
Oh yeah, fairies do.
Just lie down, Chris, will you?
What?
Lie down.
What are you doing?
I'm pretending you're a big hairy blubber plant.